Hello everyone and welcome to my CSU channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Todd Chrisley begs Donald Trump to pardon him and wife July. Todd Chrisley is begging Donald Trump to pardon him and his wife, Julie Chrisley. He is also claiming a lot of bad things are happening to him in prison. However, they are still claiming their innocence in the entire situation. Keep reading to find out more about Todd and his wishes for pardon. Julie and Todd Chrisley in federal prison. Todd and Julie Chrisley are in federal prison. This is for tax evasion and fraud. However, they are still not owning up to doing it. Julie was sentenced to 7 years in federal prison. Todd was sentenced to 12. Julie did have a resentencing hearing where she had the opportunity to get her sentence reduced. However, the judge did not feel like she deserved that and did not reduce her sentence. Some feel like the judge only did this because she is famous and did not want to let her off the hook. Yikes. Todd Chrisley is not having the easiest time in prison. However, he is hopeful that Donald Trump will pardon him and his wife. His lawyer spoke on his behalf. Todd is also claiming that he had a Make America Great Again sticker in his prison cell, but it was taken down by a guard. He also says that he has had his books thrown, bed flipped, and Pepsi poured on his bed. He is not having the easiest time at all. However, some people feel like he deserves what he is getting. Julie has also been going through a hard time in prison away from her family. She has had some health issues in prison as well. It seems that Todd is not having the easiest time in prison. However, some people feel as though he deserved this for what he did. Todd is not owning up to doing it though. He wants him and his wife to get released from prison early. However, fans do not see that happening due to Trump having a lot of other things on his plate. What do you think about Todd's cries for help? The Chrisley family has never been far from headlines, but the latest development in their ongoing saga has fans and critics buzzing like never before. Todd Chrisley, the outspoken patriarch from Chrisley Knows Best, has reportedly taken his fight for freedom to new heights. In a bold and desperate move, Todd is said to be begging former President Donald Trump to step in and issue a pardon for both him and his wife, Julie Chrisley. This twist has left the public asking, is this a last-ditch effort for survival, or yet another example of Todd's flair for the dramatic? The backstory. Todd and Julie Chrisley's downfall has played out like a Southern Gothic drama splashed across primetime television. Once hailed as reality TV's golden couple, admired for their over-the-top personalities, lavish lifestyle, and quick-witted humor, they quickly became the poster children for too good to be true. In 2022, the couple was convicted on multiple counts of bank fraud, tax evasion, and conspiracy. Their convictions resulted in lengthy prison sentences, 12 years for Todd and 7 years for Julie. Despite maintaining their innocence, their lives shifted overnight from designer closets and luxury vacations to stark prison uniforms and monitored phone calls with their children. Fans thought the Chrisleys might quietly accept their fate and focus on appeals. But if there's one thing Todd Chrisley has never been accused of, it's being quiet. A desperate plea. According to insiders, Todd has been drafting letters and even considering making a direct plea to Donald Trump, urging the former president to use his influence, and possibly his power, to pardon both him and Julie. Donald Trump is someone Todd admires for his ability to fight back against what he sees as a biased system, a source close to the family revealed. Todd truly believes he and Julie were unfairly targeted and overpunished, and he thinks Trump is the only one who could right that wrong. For Todd, aligning himself with Trump isn't just about politics. It's about appealing to someone who has built a career on fighting the establishment and challenging the justice system. Todd reportedly feels that Trump can relate to his situation, and in that, he sees a glimmer of hope. The power of a pardon. Presidential pardons are nothing new. Throughout history, Presidents have used this unique power to wipe away convictions, shorten sentences, or grant clemency to those they believe have been wronged. Trump himself issued a series of controversial pardons during his presidency, from political allies to celebrities caught in the crosshairs of the legal system. For Todd, the dream of a pardon is more than a legal maneuver. It's a chance to restore his family's reputation and bring his wife home. Todd doesn't want a reduced sentence. He wants a full pardon, the insider explained. He wants to clear their names completely. The Chrisleys have always lived their lives in the public eye, but this gamble takes things to an entirely new level. Reaching out to a political figure as polarizing as Donald Trump guarantees a split reaction. On one hand, die-hard Trump supporters may rally behind Todd, framing the Chrisleys as victims of government overreach. On the other, critics argue that such a move reeks of desperation and opportunism. Begging Trump for a pardon is risky, says celebrity commentator Marla Jenkins. It ties Todd's future to the political fortunes of one man. If Trump helps him, it could save his life. But if not, Todd risks alienating fans who see it as shameless pandering. Julie's role. While Todd's flamboyant personality has always taken center stage, Julie's quiet strength has been the emotional glue holding the family together. Reports suggest that Julie isn't entirely on board with Todd's strategy. She's more reserved, a family friend shared. Julie has faith in the appeals process and worries that dragging Trump into it will only add more controversy. She wants to come home, but she doesn't want to become a political pawn. Despite her hesitations, Julie may ultimately go along with the plan if it offers even a chance of reuniting with her family sooner. The children's perspective. Perhaps the most heartbreaking part of this saga is the impact on the Chrisley children. Savannah Chrisley, who has taken custody of her younger brother Grayson and niece Chloe, has been vocal about the pain of seeing her parents behind bars. Savannah recently hinted on her podcast that big moves were being made behind the scenes. While she didn't confirm the Trump connection, her cryptic comments fueled speculation. "I'll do anything to bring Mom and Dad home," Savannah said emotionally. "Our family has been through hell. We deserve a second chance." Public reaction. As news of Todd's plea leaked, social media erupted. Some fans sympathized, praising Todd for doing whatever it takes to bring his wife home. Others mocked the idea, calling it the most Chrisley move ever, dramatic, over the top, and destined to stir controversy. "Only Todd Chrisley would think calling Trump is the solution," one user tweeted. "It's like an episode of Chrisley Knows Best gone political." Another chimed in with support. "The Chrisleys got railroaded. If Trump can help them, why not? Everyone deserves redemption." What happens next? Whether Donald Trump will respond to Todd's plea remains uncertain. Pardons are a complicated process, often entangled in political strategy, timing, and public opinion. Even if Trump wanted to help, he'd need to be in office to grant such a pardon officially. Still, Todd's move may not be entirely futile. By aligning himself with Trump, he keeps his story alive, reminding the public and the media that he refuses to be forgotten. In a way, it's classic Todd Chrisley: bold, brash, and unwilling to fade quietly into the background. A story still unfolding. Todd Chrisley's plea to Donald Trump for a pardon is more than just a headline. It's a reflection of the extremes people will go to when faced with the collapse of everything they hold dear. For Todd, it's not just about escaping prison. It's about reclaiming his identity, restoring his family's legacy, and proving to the world that the Chrisleys aren't finished yet. Whether history remembers this as a brilliant strategy or a desperate spectacle remains to be seen. One thing is certain: Todd Chrisley has once again ensured that his family's name stays in the spotlight. And if Donald Trump ever does pick up the phone, the Chrisley saga could take yet another wild, unexpected turn.